we were out on about a 4-hour mission. It wasn't a very long one, and we had loads of fuel to start with. So we actually had to orbit in the overhead at Kandahar at 20,000 feet. But actually what happened was we were orbiting for probably about an hour over Kandahar, and the tempo of operations was picking up, and there was an awful lot of stuff coming into Kandahar, loads of cargo aircraft, loads of drones coming in, UAVs, and loads of combat aircraft getting airborne. So it became pretty busy. So we were sort of chimping in saying, listen, we need to get down in about 15 minutes. We'll be out of gas. We'll be in go. Anyway, cut a long story short, we got to pretty much complete fumes. So having had bucket loads of gas, we then got to fumes, because there was no way we could get in. So we started really hollering on the radio. We had some geographical restrictions about where we could fly. So we literally were just in the overhead because of some drone activity. And the guy on the radio, who was pretty busy, he was a young air traffic controller, as me as a pretty young, inexperienced Harrier guy. And he screams, you guys need to get on the deck now, otherwise you're going to be balked for another 15 minutes. Like, right, we'll get down. Down we went. My wingman went first because he was the shortest on gas. And I'd just been upgraded, but I still only had about, 150 hours on the jet. So not an awful lot, but that was a kind of operational tempo. He went down first, and we used to fly these, what we call testral approaches, very steep dives towards the airfield to counter the surface-to-air missile threat. And as he was doing this, his missile warning system went off, fired a whole bunch of flares out the back. Awesome. Now, at the time, we knew that things could spark that system off, but it was pretty rare in the where he was that there would have been any sort of false alarm. So, we both took it pretty credibly, and we were down pretty low by that stage. So both of our attention was focused on looking outside. Very steep approach, high oil mass. You can kind of see where it's going here, but bringing the thing in, and unfortunately just both of us did it, flared at exactly the wrong point with a bit of an issue with the flaps, but only a minor issue. But I mean, it was certainly a contributory factor. He got away with it, and I just pancaked onto the runway. Whilst I don't remember physically pulling the handle, what I distinctly remember is the pause, which you'll have heard people talk about. There is a pause. Now it's 0.4 of a second. But it's long enough to make you think that it's not going to happen. And just as you think it's not going to happen, boom, your whole world lights up.